you're getting George Pickens involved. I like, because the dude got attitude. And he said he was an alien. The man won't lie. Ain't too many people can say I'm an alien. And you have people co-sign you. Like, nah, bro, you good, but you ain't an alien. When George Pickens said he was an alien, ain't nobody disputed. Because out the short amount of games, the short span he's been in the league, everybody knows this dude is different. And the reason why he's different is because of blocking. Like, he can make all these one-handed catches. He definitely have the stick-ups. He can get in and out his breaks. He can jump over you. He can run past you. But, man, y'all see how this young man be blocking? And that makes you something that everybody isn't when you do stuff that's not going to help your stats. So, yes, George Pickens is an alien. I'm so glad they got the ball to the man on the goal line, and he slithered his way into the end zone.
Yeah, getting a rushing touchdown. Ike, he also contributed to that rushing total. Two rushes, 23 yards, and he had the touchdown, 3 catches for 32 yards as well. So the creativity I liked to see, Ike. And we said get the running game going, get the ball out in space, but it was Pickens and Freiermuth that I wanted to see get the ball more, because now that Chase Claypool's in Chicago, feed those guys. They're young, dynamic playmakers. And Freiermuth had a great catch too. It was like a one-handed stab over the middle. But to see Pickens with the ball in space, I think he's just going to get better and better and better and better. And now there's no reason not to get him the football consistently. And it was like you were saying a few weeks back, Ike, don't just throw go balls to George Pickens. Get him the ball in space. Get him the ball on a screen pass, on slants, on hitch routes. Then try to go downfield with him. Don't necessarily say, hey, I got to bail you out on a third down and long situation or a fourth down and long situation late in the game. And he doesn't have that rhythm. We talk about getting players in rhythm, whether it's a quarterback. A lot of times we talk about in the running game too. Like, get George Pickens involved early. He gets that mojo, that swagger, that confidence, and then you see what he can do in a game. I'm very excited on the back half of the season to see what he can do and how he can continue to develop at the receiver position.
Man, I know them cornerbacks who line up against George Pickens, they be praying they don't be throwing him the ball. I know they be praying. Because they
how
know
can you tell? How can you tell? Like,
the dude just different. Like, he's always open. You can be on him. You can be in perfect position. George gonna find a way to come up with the ball, and do not let Kenny Pickett put him straight in the pocket. Don't let him put the ball where it's supposed to be. George gonna wind up making a play, and it's gonna wind up being the house call. But when you say alien, man, you gotta acknowledge the alien. Troy Polamalu, we saw his first week in practice in training camp, dude, the alien. And I saw that in George Pickens. I was able to be in training camp. I said, man, the dude is an alien. He's a little bit different. And when you see guys different, you just acknowledge it and ride their coattail. So if I'm the OC and if I'm, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man, I'm riding this young man coattail, man. Because I know as a DB, when you see a guy like that, is, man, please don't throw this man the ball, because I know he's able to make plays after plays.
Is this more so what you see from Pickens' ability as a receiver, though, Ike, or is it something that you see with the body language of a defensive back?
No,
it could be a little bit of both, I suppose. But
yeah, it's probably a little bit of both. But unless you're like that, unless you want to check the best receiver every time, like I was like that. Like, if Coach LeBeau and that defensive staff didn't give me the best receiver as an assignment, I was pissed off. I was pouting. I was mad. I felt played. Everybody ain't like that. Everybody ain't like an Ike Taylor. Everybody ain't like a Darrell Reeves. It's like, hey, man, put me on the best player. That is, because that can end your career ASAP. Because now you're checking the guy that the quarterback has such a good relationship with. It's either going to be a touchdown, a big play, or either you're going to make a big play or you're going to lock him down. It's going to be one of the two. And I truly believe, because I had the mindset to play, and they trusted me to play the team's opposite best receiver, and I did everything I needed to do for them not to get off. Of course, you're going to play some receivers where receivers have good games, but damn near 70% of the guys I checked, they didn't have no outstanding games. So for me to do that prolonged my career. And I really do believe that. Now when I knew I didn't have it anymore, I think we all agree. Coach T, myself, and Coach just sit me on one side. I'm not able to do what I used to do. So I had a nice little, 6-7 year run. When it came down to it, I respected it. When I knew I didn't have it, I shut it down. Point blank, period. But with George Pickens, guys got to have my mentality. I think like, hey, man, give me your best receiver. And when we played, that fire zone for us, the two outside corners, that was man coverage. Because fire zone, they just playing zone inside the numbers. So y'all two corners on the outside, y'all locking up. Everybody in the inside, we're zoning things off from the inside out. So, but yeah, man, just looking at George, as soon as I saw him in training camp, Mark, I was like, damn, man, this little dude, yeah, he different. He all the way different, man. He ain't even trying. He don't even know. Like, he don't even know how good he is. That's the crazy thing about it is, like, he know he's talented. He don't know he's that good. So once he, like, really these last, they got 8 games left?
Yes, sir.
I think he probably done woke up. It's going to be scary. Because that's one of the reasons why they got rid of Chase Claypool. Because we have a young guy, we got to start feeding him. He can't be the second or third option. Yeah, we just paid DeAndre Johnson, and we like the second-round guy in Chase Claypool as well in stature. But, man, we got a dude who's probably the best offensive player for us right now. We got to find a way. And I think, personally, that was just like one of the reasons why they got rid of Chase. And we are about to see how talented, how much of an alien George Pickens is.
Well, Ike, I remember we were doing the draft evaluation, and Georgia was having its pro day. Mike Tomlin was there on the sidelines, and we were watching on TV. We were going through the top 5 receivers, and Pickens wasn't in our top 5 due to injury. That was the reason why. That's the reason why he fell to the Steelers in the second round. And I remember you telling me, and this was probably in June or July. I'd have to go back and look at the tape. But, Ike, you go, George Pickens is a Steeler. And you told me that, and that stuck with me. And then when they ended up drafting him, I'm like, yet again, Ike Taylor, psychic. And this was just based on a look that you saw from Mike Tomlin at the pro day, something you saw on TV. And when that actually came to fruition, I was just like, this is unbelievable.
Hey, I saw Coach George Pickens ran that dig in front of Coach T, like he came out that break in front of Coach T, a 14-yard in front of Coach T, and Coach T had one of them. I said, yeah, Coach T about to get him. I said, I've seen that look too many times. Coach T about to get him. He was just trying to make sure he was healthy. So he checked. If George Pickens checked off all the boxes as far as like health, oh yeah, if the Pittsburgh Steelers are in position, they're gonna draft George Pickens. That's what I said in my head. Then we wound up talking about it as well, and that's exactly what they did.
I thought that maybe you were there, or this was something like a phone call, something you picked up on TV. This is why people need to listen to and watch our show, Ike. But I'm telling you, pull up the clip. The tape doesn't lie, Ike. We always say that about the players on the field, but the tape does not lie with this show. Ike, go ahead.
No, I was agreeing with you. The tape don't lie.